Hello everyone and welcome to my new YouTube solo podcast, where we'll be exploring the fascinating evolution of gaming from the earliest mechanical games to modern-day video games. In this podcast, we'll take a deep dive into the history of gaming and explore the major turning points that have shaped the industry into what it is today. We'll start with Chapter 1, where we'll discuss the birth of gaming and the earliest forms of gaming, from simple mechanical games to the first arcade games and home consoles. Then we'll move on to Chapter 2, where we'll explore the golden age of arcade games and the rise of classic games like Pac-Man, Space Invaders, and Donkey Kong. In Chapter 3, we'll discuss the emergence of home consoles like the Atari and Nintendo Entertainment System and the impact they had on the gaming industry. From there, we'll move on to Chapter 4, where we'll explore the 3D revolution and how it changed the way we play games. In Chapter 5, we'll dive into the rise of online gaming, from early text-based games to the massively multiplayer online games of today. Then we'll explore the evolution of mobile gaming in Chapter 6, and the impact it has had on the industry. In Chapter 7, we'll discuss the rise of virtual reality technology and how it has the potential to revolutionize gaming. Finally, in Chapter 8, we'll look ahead to the future of gaming and discuss emerging trends and technologies that will shape the industry in the years to come. In addition to these main chapters, we'll also explore the role of gaming in society in Chapter 9 and take a closer look at gaming as an industry in Chapter 10. I hope you'll join me on this exciting journey through the history and evolution of gaming. So grab your controller, get comfortable, and let's explore the world of gaming together. Chapter 1. The birth of gaming. The world of gaming has come a long way since its humble beginnings. From the earliest forms of mechanical games to the sophisticated and immersive experiences of modern-day video games, the evolution of gaming has been a remarkable journey. In this chapter, we will delve into the birth of gaming and explore the origins of this global phenomenon. We will discuss the earliest forms of gaming and how they have influenced the gaming industry we know today. We will start by examining the early mechanical games that emerged in the late 19th century, such as the popular game of pinball. These games were simple in nature, but they sparked the interest of people all around the world, setting the stage for the future of gaming. The chapter will then move on to discuss the introduction of arcade games in the early 1970s. Games like Pong, Space Invaders, and Pac-Man revolutionized the gaming industry, with their simple yet addictive gameplay captivating players of all ages. Next, we will explore the rise of home consoles in the 1980s, with the launch of the Nintendo Entertainment System, NES, and the Atari 2600. These consoles brought the arcade experience into people's homes, allowing players to enjoy their favorite games in the comfort of their living rooms. We will also discuss the impact of personal computers on gaming, with the introduction of popular games like Doom and Quake in the 1990s. These games not only introduced new technology to the gaming world but also laid the foundation for the first-person shooter genre that we see in modern games today. Finally, we will touch on the emergence of mobile gaming, which has become one of the most popular forms of gaming in recent years. With the introduction of smartphones and tablets, games like Angry Birds and Candy Crush have become household names, reaching millions of players around the world. In this chapter, we will explore the history of gaming and how it has evolved over time. We will see how gaming has gone from a simple mechanical game to a complex and immersive experience that has become an integral part of modern culture. So join me as we embark on a journey through the evolution of gaming. Chapter 2. The Golden Age of Arcade Games. In the 1980s, arcade games became a cultural phenomenon, and this chapter will delve into the rise of classic games like Pac-Man, Space Invaders, and Donkey Kong. Arcade games allowed players to enter a new world of fantasy and excitement, offering an escape from the real world. Pac-Man was one of the most popular arcade games of the time, and it is still a classic today. Created in 1980 by Taru Iwatani, Pac-Man quickly became a sensation. It featured a small, yellow character that had to navigate through a maze, eating pellets and avoiding ghosts. The game was so popular that it spawned a whole franchise, with sequels, merchandise, and even a television show. Space Invaders was another groundbreaking game that took the world by storm. Created by Tomohiro Nishikato in 1978, the game featured a row of aliens that marched down the screen, firing missiles at the player. The goal was to shoot down as many aliens as possible, while avoiding their bombs. Space Invaders was incredibly successful, and it is credited with starting the arcade craze. Donkey Kong was another classic game that helped define the era. Released in 1981 by Nintendo, Donkey Kong featured a big ape that had kidnapped a princess. The player had to navigate through various levels, jumping over barrels and avoiding obstacles, in order to rescue the princess. Donkey Kong was notable for introducing two of the most iconic video game characters of all time, Mario and Donkey Kong himself. The golden age of arcade games was a time of innovation and creativity. Developers were constantly pushing the limits of what was possible, and gamers were hungry for new experiences. These classic games laid the foundation for the modern gaming industry, and their influence can still be seen today in the games we play. Chapter 3: The Emergence of Home Consoles. With the introduction of home consoles like the Atari and Nintendo Entertainment System, gaming became more accessible and widespread. This chapter can discuss the impact of these consoles on the gaming industry. The introduction of home consoles revolutionized the gaming industry in the 1980s. The Atari 2600 was the first home console to bring arcade-style games into the living room, and it quickly gained popularity among gaming enthusiasts. Its success led to the emergence of other consoles, such as the Intellivision and the ColecoVision, which offered improved graphics and more advanced gameplay. However, it was the introduction of the Nintendo Entertainment System, NES, in 1985 that truly changed the game. The NES brought beloved titles like Super Mario Bros., The Legend of Zelda, and Metroid into homes across the world. Its success not only cemented Nintendo's place as a major player in the industry but also created a new standard for home consoles. The emergence of home consoles also created a shift in gaming culture. Gaming was no longer limited to arcades or the occasional visit to a friend's house with a console. It became a regular pastime that families and individuals could enjoy in the comfort of their own homes. As home consoles continued to evolve, so did the gaming industry. The development of new technologies allowed for more advanced graphics and gameplay, leading to the creation of iconic franchises like Final Fantasy, Sonic the Hedgehog, and Halo. This chapter can also discuss the impact of these games and consoles on the industry, and how they paved the way for the modern-day gaming landscape. Chapter 4: The 3D Revolution. The 3D revolution was a major milestone in the history of gaming. It opened up new possibilities for immersive gameplay experiences and allowed for more realistic and detailed graphics. In this chapter, we'll explore how the transition from 2D to 3D gaming came about and how it changed the industry. The transition to 3D gaming was not an overnight success. It took many years of research and development to create the technology necessary to render 3D graphics in real time. The first 3D games were simple and primitive, but they laid the groundwork for the future of gaming. Some of the earliest 3D games included titles like Virtua Racing, Virtua Fighter, and Star Fox. As the technology improved, so did the quality of the graphics and gameplay. One of the most significant milestones in 3D gaming was the release of Super Mario 64 for the Nintendo 64 in 1996. It was the first 3D platformer and set a new standard for 3D gameplay. Other notable 3D games from this era include Tomb Raider, Final Fantasy VII, and GoldenEye 007. The 3D revolution also brought about new genres of games that were not possible in 2D. One of the most popular new genres was the first-person shooter. Games like Doom and Quake became hugely popular and set the stage for future FPS games like Halo and Call of Duty. The rise of 3D gaming also had a significant impact on the business side of the industry. It led to a shift away from the dominance of Japanese game developers, as Western companies like Epic Games and id Software rose to prominence with their 3D games. The success of these companies helped pave the way for the modern gaming industry, which is now dominated by Western companies. In conclusion, The transition to 3D gaming was a major turning point in the history of the gaming industry. It opened up new possibilities for immersive gameplay experiences and allowed for more realistic and detailed graphics. It also had a significant impact on the business side of the industry and paved the way for the modern gaming landscape we see today. Chapter 5: The Rise of Online Gaming. The advent of the Internet opened up new possibilities for gaming, and online gaming quickly emerged as a popular trend in the 1990s. This chapter can explore the evolution of online gaming, starting with the earliest text-based games and bulletin board systems. As internet speeds improved, online gaming became more accessible and interactive. Multiplayer games like Doom and Quake allowed players to compete against each other in real time, paving the way for the first massively multiplayer online games, MMOs, like Ultima Online and EverQuest. The popularity of MMOs exploded in the 2000s, with games like World of Warcraft attracting millions of players from around the world. This chapter can also explore the social and cultural impact of online gaming, including the emergence of gaming communities and the role of gaming in shaping modern culture. The rise of online gaming has also led to new business models, such as the freemium model and microtransactions, where players can buy virtual items or upgrades within the game. This chapter can also examine the impact of these models on the gaming industry and the broader cultural implications of in-game purchases. Overall, the evolution of online gaming has been a game-changer for the gaming industry, opening up new possibilities for players and developers alike. Chapter 6: Mobile Gaming. Mobile gaming has changed the way people play games and has become a dominant force in the gaming industry. This chapter can delve into the early days of mobile gaming, including early phone games like Snake and Tetris. It can also explore the impact of the iPhone and the App Store, which revolutionized the mobile gaming market. The chapter can discuss how the App Store opened up new opportunities for game developers, and how it allowed for a wider variety of games to be created and distributed. From there, the chapter can explore some of the most popular mobile games in recent years, such as Angry Birds, Candy Crush, and Pokémon Go. In addition to popular games, the chapter can also discuss the evolution of mobile hardware and how it has impacted gaming. The chapter can touch on how the development of more powerful mobile devices has allowed for more complex and immersive games to be created. The use of touchscreens and accelerometers has also allowed for new gameplay mechanics and control schemes. Finally, the chapter can examine the impact of mobile gaming on the gaming industry as a whole. The chapter can discuss how mobile gaming has attracted a new audience to gaming and how it has influenced game design and development. The chapter can also explore how mobile gaming has led to new business models, such as free-to-play and microtransactions. Overall, the chapter can provide a comprehensive look at the impact of mobile gaming on the gaming industry. Chapter 7: Virtual Reality. Virtual reality technology has been around for several decades, but it wasn't until recently that it became more accessible and affordable for consumers. With the introduction of VR headsets like the Oculus Rift, HTC Vive, and PlayStation VR, gamers were able to experience a new level of immersion in their favorite games. VR technology allows players to step into a virtual world and interact with it in a way that was not possible before. For example, a player can use their hand movements to control their character in the game or look around and explore a virtual environment in a more natural way. The rise of VR gaming has also opened up new opportunities for game developers to create unique and innovative experiences that were not possible before. Games like Beat Saber, Super Hot VR, and Half-Life: Alyx have received critical acclaim and have helped to push the boundaries of what is possible with VR technology. However, there are still some challenges that need to be overcome for VR gaming to become more mainstream. The cost of VR headsets and the high-end PCs required to run them can be prohibitive for many consumers. Additionally, the immersive nature of VR gaming can cause motion sickness or other discomfort for some players. Despite these challenges, the potential for VR gaming to transform the gaming industry is significant. As the technology continues to improve and become more accessible, it is likely that we will see more innovative and exciting VR games in the future. In this chapter, we will explore the evolution of VR gaming, from its early beginnings to the current state of the technology. We will also discuss the potential future of VR gaming and the impact it could have on the gaming industry as a whole. Chapter 8: The Future of Gaming. As we look to the future of gaming, it's clear that the industry will continue to evolve and innovate. One trend that is already gaining momentum is the use of cloud gaming. Rather than requiring users to download games onto their devices, cloud gaming allows users to stream games directly to their screens, making it easier and more convenient to access a wide range of games. This could potentially disrupt the traditional model of game distribution and lead to new opportunities for game developers and publishers. Another trend to watch is the rise of augmented reality, AR, and mixed reality, MR, gaming. AR technology overlays digital content onto the real world, while MR blends digital and physical elements together in a seamless way. Both of these technologies have the potential to create truly immersive gaming experiences that blur the line between reality and the digital world. Finally, we can expect continued growth in esports, which has emerged as a major industry in its own right. Esports events now draw huge crowds and offer significant prize money, and many professional sports teams and celebrities are investing in esports teams and leagues. As gaming becomes more mainstream and socially accepted, we can expect to see even more growth in this area in the coming years. Overall, the future of gaming looks bright, with continued innovation and new technologies driving the industry forward. As gamers and game developers alike continue to push the boundaries of what is possible, we can expect to see even more exciting developments in the years to come. Chapter 9: Gaming and Society. Video games have become a significant part of popular culture, and as such, they have a profound impact on society. This chapter will explore the relationship between gaming and society, and delve into various topics that highlight the impact of gaming on individuals and the wider community. One topic to consider is the impact of gaming on mental health. While gaming can be a fun and engaging pastime for many, it can also be addictive, and excessive gaming can lead to a range of negative outcomes, including depression, anxiety, and social isolation. Research has shown that excessive gaming can have a negative impact on mental health, and in recent years, mental health professionals have become increasingly interested in understanding the relationship between gaming and mental health. This chapter can explore the ways in which gaming can be both beneficial and detrimental to mental health and well-being. Another topic to consider is the portrayal of gaming in the media. Over the years, video games have been portrayed in a variety of ways in the media, ranging from positive to negative. Some media outlets have praised gaming for its ability to promote cognitive skills and social connections, while others have focused on the negative aspects of gaming, such as addiction and violence. This chapter can explore how the media's portrayal of gaming has evolved over time and how it has influenced public perception of the medium. Furthermore, there is growing acceptance of gaming as a legitimate form of entertainment. In the past, video games were often dismissed as a juvenile pastime, but today, they are recognized as a legitimate and valuable form of entertainment. This chapter can explore the factors that have contributed to the growing acceptance of gaming, including the rise of esports and the increasing popularity of gaming as a spectator sport. Expanding on Chapter 9, you can also discuss the role of gaming in education and its potential for teaching and learning. For instance, educational games have become increasingly popular, and there is growing evidence to support the use of gaming as a tool for learning. This chapter can explore the different ways in which gaming can be used to support learning, including gamification, simulations, and immersive experiences. Additionally, the chapter can discuss the challenges and limitations of using gaming as an educational tool, such as issues of accessibility and equity. Lastly, this chapter can discuss the relationship between gaming and socialization, including how gaming can facilitate social connections and the potential for gaming communities to promote positive social values. Gaming can bring people from diverse backgrounds together, and it can provide a sense of community and belonging for those who may feel isolated or marginalized. This chapter can explore the ways in which gaming can foster social connections and promote positive social values, such as teamwork, cooperation, and empathy. Chapter 10, Gaming as an Industry. In this chapter, we will delve into the gaming industry as a whole, examining its economic and cultural significance. Firstly, let's explore the development and distribution of games. Game development is a highly competitive and costly process that can take several years to complete. Developers must create and refine game mechanics, graphics, and storylines to produce a compelling and entertaining game. The distribution of games has also changed significantly over the years. With the rise of digital distribution platforms, such as Steam and the Epic Games Store, gamers can now purchase and download games online. This has had a significant impact on the industry, reducing the need for physical copies of games and providing easier access to games for players around the world. Secondly, we will discuss the role of publishers and developers in the industry. Publishers are responsible for funding and marketing games, while developers create the games themselves. In recent years, we have seen the rise of indie developers who create games without the support of a publisher. This has provided an opportunity for smaller developers to enter the market, producing innovative and unique games that might not have been produced by larger companies. Thirdly, we will examine the impact of gaming on job markets. The gaming industry provides employment opportunities for a wide range of professionals, including game designers, programmers, artists, writers, and marketers. The industry has also been credited with driving innovation in technology, including advancements in graphics, artificial intelligence, and virtual reality. As such, the gaming industry plays an important role in the economy, providing jobs and driving technological advancement. Moving forward, we can explore the potential future of the industry, including emerging markets and trends. For instance, esports has become a booming industry, with professional gamers competing for millions of dollars in prizes. The industry has also seen significant growth in virtual reality gaming, which has the potential to transform the gaming experience entirely. Additionally, we can consider the impact of gaming on society, such as the potential for gaming to be used for social good, such as promoting mental health and raising money for charity. However, the gaming industry is not without its ethical concerns. Issues such as representation and diversity in gaming have come under scrutiny, with many games criticized for their portrayal of women, people of color, and LGBTQ+ individuals. Additionally, the monetization of games through loot boxes and microtransactions has sparked controversy, with some players feeling exploited by game developers. It is important to address these concerns and work towards creating a more inclusive and ethical gaming industry. Finally, we can discuss the relationship between the gaming industry and other industries, such as film and television. Many popular games, such as Assassin's Creed and The Witcher, have been adapted into movies or TV shows. While some films and TV shows have inspired games, this cross-platform content creation has the potential to create new opportunities for storytelling and innovation. Overall, the gaming industry is a complex and ever-evolving landscape that plays an important role in society and the economy. By examining the various aspects of the industry, we can gain a deeper understanding of its significance and potential future. In conclusion, the evolution of gaming has been a fascinating journey, from the early days of mechanical games and arcade machines to the virtual reality and mobile gaming of today. The gaming industry has grown into a multi-billion-dollar global business, with a massive impact on popular culture and society. As we've explored in this podcast, gaming has come a long way and will undoubtedly continue to evolve and shape the world around us. From the impact of gaming on mental health and education to the ethical implications of the industry, there is much to consider when examining the role of gaming in modern society. Whether you're a casual player or a hardcore gamer, there's no denying the power and influence of this dynamic and ever-changing industry. The future of gaming is exciting and filled with endless possibilities, and we can't wait to see where it takes us next. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the evolution of gaming, and we look forward to exploring more topics with you in the future.